Okay, let's take a look at question 13 together. Homework 13. So question 1 says graph the function x squared where x is less than 0. So there's two pieces, okay? The first one we're going to do x squared is less than 0. So let's write that. X squared where x is less than 0. And we're going to create our table of values just like we would when we are graphing. The first value we should always put is the number that's given to us in the inequality, so 0. And then ask yourselves what are some numbers that are less than 0. So I got -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so on. These numbers are all less than 0. To get our y values, we're just going to go to our calculator, go to y equals, I'm already here, and we wanted x squared, and we press second graph to get our table of values. I went way too high up. Let's see if there's any way I can fast forward this back down. So I want where x is less than 0. One of my values was, my first value was 0. At 0, we have also 0 for our y value. When x is -1, our y value is 1. When x is -2, our y value is 4. And this should be much quicker for you guys because you have your graphing calculator in front of you. When x is -3, our y value is 9. And then when x is equal to -4, we get 16. And I know I can stop here, so I don't really need the -5 because I can no longer graph these points. Okay, and the other thing we need to be careful of when we are graphing is that the less than symbol, since it does not have the or equal to, is an open circle. All right, let's get started. So 0, 0, it's an open circle at 0. So open circle there, -1, 1. The rest of these are all closed circles. -2, 4, and -3, 9. And now we are going to connect on the left side, and we are using arrows because my x keeps on going. And I'm going to graph the second graph, which is the absolute value of x when x is greater than 0. So again, since there is no or equal to, this is an open circle. So let's start. We make our table, x, y. We start off with 0, and we want to think about numbers greater than 0. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we need more numbers, we'll put more numbers in. But let's stop here for now. So same thing, if I want to get my table, we're going to go back to our calculator, and I want the absolute value of x. So go to y equals, let's clear this. To get absolute value, press the math button. Go over to number, and it's the very first button, absolute value of x. We got it, so now that we want our table, press second graph to get your table. And we start off with 0. The absolute value of 0 is 0. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4, 5 is 5. So 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is 3, 4 is 4, 5 is 5. And you'll notice you can keep on going in your calculator. So we want to graph until we cannot graph anymore. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11. You cannot graph because that is at the end of our graph. So you want to make sure you get all of those points up to 10, 10. So 0, 0, again, it's an open circle, so we want to leave this circle open. And then 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. And we connect this with an arrow on our right side. So the next two questions are the same. Just go ahead and try to graph those by yourself. And you should be able to evaluate this question by yourself too. So go ahead and finish this homework on your own.